Hello, beautiful people. It's your boy Dre Day every day with my co-host.
Bonbon 623.
And today we're here to talk about the lost art of video game music and how integral it used to be to the gaming experience. We're really going to just talk about our favorites, but one observation I've made over the years is that video game music hasn't been video game musicking the way it used to video game music. But the indie developers are trying to keep it alive, but the AAA titles is very hit and miss, or it'll be just they tried to use a musical like a movie, a theatric score that just goes in the general thought process of I'm not even thinking about this when the game is off.
You know what? Now that you said that, because I was thinking that I've played some games where the music was really nice, but those
Mm,
were indie games.
right. Yeah, the indie games they really go. As a matter of fact, two of my favorite video game soundtracks, actually all time, is Axiom Verge
Mm.
1 and 2. And he came up and he's a big fan of Metroid, and Metroid is one of my favorite series. And Metroid's music is very atmospheric and kind of dark, and his is following that. But Hollow Knight has beautiful music as well. But
Mm.
yeah, I only catch the Nintendo tries to because Breath of the Wild soundtrack's pretty good.
Mm.
I really like some of the music there. Do you have a favorite music, a favorite video that you have like a one that sits above the others?
I did, but I have a close second. So I'm gonna be loyal and I'm gonna stick with the best gaming OST for me that I've ran across is still Chrono Cross.
Man, Chrono. Wait, Chrono. That I keep getting that messed up
It's
with
not
Chrono
Chrono
Trigger.
Trigger.
Right. But see, the reason why is because Wiz Khalifa's Never Been is actually I think it's called Scala's theme from Chrono Trigger.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a man of the
And then
cloth, I see.
yeah, and he has another beat, Never Been Two. It's
Oh.
another beat from Chrono Trigger, but I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah. So my number one favorite video game soundtrack of all time is actually Metroid Prime.
Mhm.
And it's like the one that's called Fendrana Drifts is literally like the most it's just so tranquil and it's probably the most beautiful music that I've ever heard just
Mhm.
in a game period. But then you also have the I love the actual drums in Chozo Ruins. But then they also got the Crash Frigate, where it's like an underwater crash ship and it has like a soft piano. It's real relaxing. Sounds like it's like sitting in a room and you on a beautiful day and the sun's shining through and you're just kind of sitting and maybe rocking in a rocking chair. Kind of gives me that type of vibe.
Mhm.
And then they got this one called Phazon Mines, that's like really, really dark and intense. So like they just got the highs and the lows and all the in betweens. That's why I love Metroid Prime so much.
Mm.
Super Metroid is a close second.
Got you.
Yeah.
So my very close second is Persona 5.
Persona got some great music.
Oh my God. I don't know about the other installments, but the fifth game for sure
Yeah.
goes so crazy that me and a bunch of other YouTubers actually use that music in our videos all the time.
Oh, okay.
And because
So,
they it's royalty free. Well, I don't know if it's royalty, but they're cool with it. So
oh yeah, they'll let you use it and they won't put a copyright. I got hit with a copyright strike when I put my top 10 albums of the year up,
hmm.
and I happened to use some lyrics from Rich Spirit, and I bet Interscope was the one that hit me. I'm sure if it was just Kendrick and PG Lang, you'd have been cool with it, but the fact that it was the Interscope major company, they're like, nope,
Yeah.
like copyright claim. But okay, so D got a three,
My
or
third
or
would
does it go
go
up
to Kingdom Hearts
like
because of Utada Hikaru.
uh,
She sings the intro for all of the Kingdom Hearts games, and she is such a goddess that I was fully prepared to boycott Kingdom Hearts 3 if they didn't call her back to do the intro. Because
Uh,
don't even do me like that. Like if I cut this on and her
and
voice isn't the first I hear, I
then
swear to God.
that's me with Metal Gear Solid 3 and Snake Eater. I have never, ever in my life turned this game on and not, let's start it off with the, what a thrill when darkness enjoys through the night. Now listen, that is my absolute shit. Even to this day, the game released in November 2004. I have never, ever, ever played this game without letting that theme play. Even I recently played it in 2017. I'm actually, if they fuck around and announce a Metal Gear Solid remake, I'm playing the whole series again in 2023. And I might
Mhm.
just do it anyway because it's been, what's that, five? That's 6 years since 2017.
Mhm.
Damn, time. What is time? I don't like that. It was just 2017. But yeah, so I probably play through the series regardless if they announce it or not, just because it's my favorite series. And Metal Gear Solid 2 has a great soundtrack all in totality, so that's somewhere in my top.
I have half a mind to look at the writers on these games because some of the music is similar enough, especially since Chrono Cross and Kingdom Hearts come from the same developer,
Right.
that I kind of want to like check out the people that wrote these
Yeah,
songs
right. Right.
because my God, they put their foot in it and started around. Like I
Right.
can't believe the
Some of the,
creativity.
like, so, with me being that dinosaur that still buys music, I actually had started searching for video game soundtracks on the iTunes store, and I actually found the Sonic series, and it has music from Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. It didn't have Sonic 3, but I think that that's the one that has the Michael Jackson stuff, and it's kind
Mm,
of lost in, copyright contract breakups or whatsoever.
got you.
Um, there's an album that has the Sonic 1 and 2 music on it. I found Silent Hill 2 and 3. I found music from Metal Gear. Hollow Knight, the whole soundtrack's there. Axiom Verge. Oh, and speaking to Axiom Verge itself, Axiom Verge is developed by one guy. His name's Thomas Happ. He made the entire game. He wrote the story, did the music, the levels, all of that, and he releases the whole musical score as just a whole album. I buy the game and then I buy the album, and it's like he really has the fundamental. I actually got on Twitter one day and to at him and tell him, I'm like, man, you have the foundations of like a great industry producer because I hear he has one track that sounds like a mixture of a blend of hip hop, techno, yeah, like a blend of hip hop and techno, music. And it sounds like it could be something someone is actually records to, as opposed to just being video game music.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's a thing. Like when you find somebody that makes some good music, say, I want to follow you everywhere you go.
Please don't leave me behind.
Yeah, yeah. Because like you said, with me growing up in the 80s, and I'm sure you growing up in the 90s, like the music was such an integral part to the gaming experience.
Yeah.
Like you might be sitting and you're not necessarily thinking about the game, but you're thinking about the music. Like
The
that,
music
like,
was so like not always soothing, but like a lot of it was soothing, but it was just like such a moment in time that you would put it on in the background. Like I'm about to clean my house today and I'm about to
I,
put these
I do
soundtracks
that.
on in the back
Yeah,
since we're talking about it.
yeah, I do that today.
Yeah.
When I'm about to dust, I'm playing. When I'm dusting, I'm definitely playing something from Metroid Prime, probably
Mhm.
Friends Random Drifts or the Tor the Tor what is it? Talon 4 overworld thing.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, I if I'm straightening my room up because my whole thing is the, with Metroid in particular, it's a game about it's pretty much a scavenger hunt and muscle memory where so if I'm straightening up I have the same thought process when I'm straightening up when I'm playing. It's like, okay, I'm moving this here, moving this here. Oh, this needs to be here. Just like when I go through the world, I'm like, oh, I found the missile that will unlock the doors that were these colors. So I had to remember to go back. For me, it's actually the same thought process as straightening and cleaning that
Mm,
I apply when I'm playing Metroid. So I don't know, like my brain just works like that.
true. Another deep cut that I want to include, because I also use this in my music
Mhm.
for my videos, and so do other YouTubers, is the game Danganronpa
I don't
1
think
and
I've
2.
even heard of that game.
It's a deep cut. It's an old game. I never played it, but we watched Berlizzi play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another one of those things where the music, it was just like they just got in the booth and
And just
just
destroyed it.
went crazy. Just no boundaries. Just
Right.
amazing.
So do you remember the Wii Shop music?
We shop.
Because I know you said you had the Nintendo Wii. Hold on, I'm trying to
Is that the one that goes do 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 do
do
do
do
do
do
do?
do do
Yes.
do 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 do. Mm.
I love that one.
That is so fucking fire. But no, 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 no. You know what? That's not the Wii Shop music. I think that's the home menu.
Okay, that makes more sense
Because
because I was like, I don't know
because
if I went to We Shop very
yeah,
much.
because the Wii Shop is yeah, that's the actual Wii Shop music.
I
I just
might
remember
know it. I might know it.
you probably have heard it,
Mhm.
but we were still buying games on disc, and digital was coming in. It was starting to come in '06,
Yeah.
but it wasn't just a staple like it is today, where it's like, yeah, I mean, in hell, you go on the Nintendo Switch, it doesn't play anything. You're like, yeah, it doesn't play nothing.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because I'm like, even the Wii U plays music.
Huh.
I didn't learn that one though. But
Gotcha.
it wasn't as well, they changed it. That
Mhm.
was what happened. I liked the first, I can't remember it, but they changed it, and the one they changed it to, I was like, you should have left this alone.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So let me see. Let me throw some. I want to just throw some in there because I didn't make a list, but what has to be mentioned, Sonic 2 and 3, like we talked about, those are some of the most awesome game soundtracks ever. My
Mhm.
personal favorite is Sonic 3, simply because I could hear the Michael Jackson influence in that. But my favorite music from Sonic 2 is that All Ocean. This shit sounds like some Egyptian.
I could never beat that level.
You can
That level.
if you fall off that what you call it and
When
end
you
up in the
slide down
tar.
into it,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, you stay in
done.
the tar. Even Sonic can't run fast enough.
You know, I don't know
That
if I played Sonic 3. I think the third one I had was Sonic and Knuckles, and I thought it was 3, but no, I
was
don't think it
Sonic 3.
is.
Yeah, so Sonic 3. Oh man, you missed the gen. That was my favorite one. It's the one that I got Supersonic on, and what's that beat that I like when you fighting the mini boss? Uh, I wonder if I get copyright claim for me doing this.
Probably not, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, because they be going hard on the small YouTube
They do. Don't even get me started.
channel. I was like,
Another
man, come
honorable
on,
mention
man.
I want to add is Tekken 2, Paul Phoenix's level when I think he's in New
So
York.
I'm gonna check that out because I
That
was gonna
one
say
is
my favorite Tekken music is Tekken 3, hands down.
I need to
You need to,
also note Tekken Tag Tournament. The
bruh.
music in that
Listen,
game,
listen, listen.
Unknown's
Yoshi,
music, Unknown is my baby. I like her.
bruh. Lil, Lil, Lil. Listen, I remember losing the fight because I couldn't, like, my mind was blown. Like, because see, Twisters was one of my first favorite rappers, and that's his tempo. And
Mm,
I've heard Twister mention on a song, what is it? It feels so good. He says
mm,
some Tekken 2, kick back and play some Tekken 2. So I'm like, if you still play Tekken, you had to have heard this. And low key, I'm mad at Twister for not hearing Unknown and rapping to it because that is his tempo. But yeah, that man, that Unknown thing, that
man.
Unknown thing is something else.
That was just a departure from anything I was expecting.
Yeah. Um, but so what I really learned, what I really loved over the years, especially after I started reading and kind of getting in tune with like different cultures,
Uh,
Yoshimitsu's thing, no eye, no ear, no nose,
oh
no
yeah,
mouth,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
no body, no mind, no shape, no shame, no eye, no ear. Like outside of that just being a jam, like there's something spiritual to that. Like just to hold the concept of no eye, no ear, no nose, no mouth, no body, no mind, no shape, no shame, just like existing without judgment. You
Yeah,
know, I'm like, that has to have some sort of cultural relevance somewhere because I'm like, wow, it's like outside of it being a good beat, that song is just really spiritual and powerful. It's
yeah, it's
like,
like embodying being the spirit or the
yeah, yeah,
consciousness
just you're
and
just
not the
existing
shell
yeah, existing without all of this other
without
shit.
constraints.
Yes, yes, that it is like just I don't know the last time you heard just play it and you just it makes the vibe so much stronger when you're riding and listening to that.
Well,
It's a
it's
great
hard to appreciate because Yoshimitsu be beating my ass, so I
man, that
can't, I
with
can't
that
focus
bad
on
blood.
the lyrics.
When the motherfucker get to doing that shit with that,
Oh, where he takes his sword and it's just
oh yeah, yeah,
disrespectful.
yeah. My favorite is where he does the spin with the sword straight up, and it's like you just get hit.
Yeah, when he jumps on it, he starts scooting. The man is
He has such a,
volatile, is what he is.
he literally has like such an awkward fighting style
Mhm.
because it's like you got the thing where he'll sit down Indian style and start doing this, and it's like, what is this?
He
Then he has
doesn't care
the
about my life, is what it is.
my favorite is his unblockable where he gets that sword and he goes through that motion and then he
Oh
doesn't.
man. And you
You
know
can
it's
just see it.
coming and you can
You
do
can see
fuck
it
all
coming
about
and you
it.
can never. You can see it coming from a mile away. You can't fucking dodge it.
Can't. Oh man. Again, another the fact that they left him out of the anime is mind blowing.
Yes, yes. It's that's why that it's so much wiggle room that they have, and it's weird. That's why I'm kind of weird that they started at 3 because it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna go to 4 next. There's so many other stories, or if they just jump around, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah. So hold on. Who else has some great music?
There was a game that we recently played on Switch called the Degrees of Separation, where it's a two-player game and you one person controls one person, the other one does this one, and then you have to kind of work together, kind of like the Unraveled game, I think.
Unravel, yeah,
Yeah, it's like that. And that one had really pretty music in it. It was another indie game.
was another indie game. Yeah,
And it was just very like a vibey thing in the background. So I just want to give them their tins for that. The game was so, but the music
music,
was
right?
really nice.
That and I think too that's another thing too. Like certain games, music, you might not be feeling it at first, but the music will make you like, what, this game is okay.
And the music can really make the game because sometimes
Right?
the area
You,
that you're in is miserable, but the
you
music though.
you know what I set up and thought about like before we made this, like thinking about speaking directly to that. Think if Super Mario Brothers was mute, you couldn't even play it. Like that is just literally
Yeah.
like you just can't play Mario without that do 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 do. do, 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 do. Man, play Mario on mute. That shit is gonna be trash.
Yeah,
You
it's
just running around, you just broke a brick, you just jumped on this. It's like you're literally just doing things. You're there for the music and you're just doing things on screen when I really think about it.
yeah, because as soon as you say Mario, you start hearing the music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like honestly, and that was, that was the first, well, not the first, but it was like at the very beginning of music of video games for a lot of people. And it's like, it's just a simple concept of say the princess. But like when I really think back to that, that had to be what made it catch on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? For it to take off the way it did.
yeah.
So yeah, that Sonic's music, I believe, is integral to it, even though you could still put Sonic on mute still. Because like I said, just I can't name any game today where you move that fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't name a game where you move that fast. Like I feel like that, and that's why for me, I feel like Sonic is a better series. It's like it's sad that Sega went under in terms of making consoles, and it's I always root for the Sonic game, even though Mario is this day these days Mario's. I think their games are more quality than Sonic's,
Mhm.
but it's like in the '90s when it was in the late '80s, early '90s, like there was no contest, from my opinion.
Mhm.
you know. So
There
I'm trying
is a
to.
song from Chrono Cross that I'm pretty sure I heard in a TV show before.
Hmm,
And the
which
song is
one?
called Chronopolis, and it's kind of like a mechanical sounding song. And I feel like I've heard it in a show and a commercial. So then it made me wonder, did it come from the game first, or is it like in a catalog somewhere and they
That's
just
all right. That's where stuff gets tricky. Where it's like, did it start here? Did it start there?
yeah.
Do you? So if you can try to think, but see, I know you don't play as many triple A's as maybe I do.
Yeah.
Is there a? Do you remember the last triple A game
Would
that
have
you
had to
played?
have been Kingdom
Maybe-
Hearts.
Or God of War? Did you like any music from the God of War when you saw your husband? What did?
I think I did because when I watched Ragnarok, but I
Yeah,
think I was more focused on the story than
the
listening to
story, right?
music.
They have some things that are good, but yeah, I don't go to God of War for music.
Hmm.
Um, I really love Horizon's theme, the hum. Yeah, so I mean, I still look for it, and so yeah, I think Horizon has the most recent theme that I really fell in love with. I'm looking at
Hmm.
my titles right now. As far as
Well,
just
special mention to Final Fantasy. We can't leave them out.
yeah, man, I think Final Fantasy that was I don't remember playing it a lot, but I had the demo. And I'm like, I do remember that music, but because that's really kind of to me, it's continuing the Zelda. It's like out the Zelda lineage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because her Cloud looks like Link to me. You know,
Yeah. Guess so.
like like in a different way. Like it looked like it could be Link's cousin.
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
But yeah. So and that's also with the upcoming the Breath of the well, damn it, it's the second part of Breath of the Wild, but it's called something else.
Yeah.
But I'm really I hope that they put some more cool music in it because that's one of the top players, and I still look to games for the music. Well, I don't look to them for it, but it's always a nice touch. But like I said before, I notice it more in the indie. It's like, oh yeah, these indie games is firing on all cylinders.
And a lot of the times it's easier to revisit the music because you have the CD or the download or whatever than it is to play the entire game again.
Fun fact: during the PlayStation 2 era, I don't know if this was intentional. You could take Tekken 2, no, Tekken Tag, and put it in a CD player and play the songs. I remember doing that. Had you ever tried it?
No.
Some of those PlayStation games. If you do, you still have your PlayStation 2, or if you do have a CD player, if you got a CD player, go try some. But if you put it in a game system, it's just gonna cut the game on. But if you have like a radio that's not attached to a TV,
Yeah.
you can play. I remember Tekken Tag specifically.
Oh, oh, wow. I'm gonna try
Gonna
it.
try. Yeah, I got Tekken 3. The thing is, I don't have a CD player.
Mm,
Well, the closest thing I got to a CD player is PlayStation 3. But if I put
it's gonna
Tekken 3,
recognize
it's
it.
gonna play the game because the PlayStation 3 plays PlayStation 1 game. I should try it with a PlayStation 2 game though,
Mm.
because it doesn't recognize the PlayStation 2 games. I'm gonna try that when we get off. Sweet. I kind of hope the Harry Potter music, the Harry Potter game Hogwarts, I hope that has good music.
We shall see.
We shall see. I'm trying to think, am I leaving anything out? I know I'm leaving plenty out, like the Streets of Rage theme that I sent, like. Man,
That felt like a rave song, like you're in the club just doing this. For glow sticks.
man, bro. I'm sorry. But back to Taken 3. That Forest Law thing.
Oh, oh man.
Man, I be wanting to beat people. Like, if that come on, you're not winning the fight. I don't care. Like it's just that me doing it just not puts when I hear good music that I love, I get goosebumps underneath my arm. But yeah, that Forest Law thing, I'll beat somebody ass in real life to that. That him and Jen. I love Jen's music
I did
on
like
Taken
Jen's
3.
music too.
Yeah. I like the arcade one where it's like
I just knew that when I heard that music that he was gonna do like that punch down to me.
oh yeah, that's I love and I
That
hate it.
that is such a wild move.
It's
Like the
funny because
opposite of an uppercut.
right, yes, a downward cut.
And then my character's laying there like
And then you also got the move to where you could do the tackle and get on top of them and start beating them while they're on the ground.
yeah.
Yeah,
I learned how to do that specifically because I was tired of getting disrespected. So I'm gonna do it
yeah, well, yeah,
back.
when somebody piss you, I get put
You know,
So let me see. Did I mention the Silent Hill? Because Silent Hill's like Silent Hill 2 specifically, that literally has one of the most beautiful game intros ever. And you would think it's not supposed to exist. A musical score this beautiful shouldn't exist in a game that's so dark and twisted.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send it to you so you can check it out. You can be like,
But
this
Silent Hill is another Square Enix game, isn't it?
that's Konami.
Konami. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind. My
yeah,
bad, my
Konami.
bad, my bad.
Yeah, nah, you good. Let me see. And I feel like it's like so Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 5 specifically. They are great soundtracks, but the caveat is that they use music that's from the real world. You
And
know,
I was
like
gonna say that because Midnight
yeah,
Club too.
right, because it's like, does this count? Because this could be in my actual playlist,
I don't think it counts.
right? Because like Def Jam Fight from New York, they had some pretty cool songs on there, but it's like I got these on CD.
Right. Because in that
But
case, then we could include the Tony Hawk games, but those are all real
right,
songs too.
right. So I guess so if we want to mention musics that are from the real world, then for me, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft. As a matter of fact, I have a Radio Los Santos playlist in my iPod that just uses all of the songs that was in San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Mm.
Grand Theft Auto 4 that was set on the East Coast, they had Kanye West flashing lights and I believe they had uh Blow My Mind, Blow Your Mind from Styles P and
Mm.
Jadakiss. Yeah, but what else? Tony Hawk's. Um I know Watch Dogs uses real music. Watch Dogs, the first Watch Dogs had that day and night. The longest
Mhm.
dawn, I see the Korea is mine at night. Yeah, like that. But
Special
that
mention to Dynasty Warriors. I
did
don't
they have real world music or its own music,
I don't
video game?
know because the song that I remember when you beat the game, it's in Chinese, so I don't know if it's an actual song
Oh, so
or
you
if
don't
they
know?
did for the
Oh, okay,
game. But it was really pretty.
okay, sweet. Oh yeah, yeah. Death Stranding. Death Stranding has
I heard that it was a
real.
good soundtrack. Danny did
Yeah,
mention that.
it's some really. But now it was songs that were outside of my listening wheelhouse, but
Mm-hmm.
the songs were still like they were beautiful in their own respective rights.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so let me see.
We'll have
Okay,
to share
well,
playlists now so that we can build a library of songs to
right,
cling to and vibe
right, right.
to.
So you don't remember the Nintendo? You didn't have a Nintendo, did you?
Mm-mm.
Some of those Nintendo, so like Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 had a dope soundtrack. Of course, the first Metroid soundtrack. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna I'm gonna play this shit. I don't give a fuck if it gets copyright claim. I have this as my
Don't do it, friend, before they take your video down.
yeah, they got the secret theme from well, not the secret. When you're in the moon, when you're in the room where a secret item is, there's a beat to go. It sounds like a phone ring. It's like I made that my actual ringtone because it sounds like a weird phone ringing.
I could see how you say that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking I know the other ones that I'm missing are out of the older, but at the same time, when I'm, because even talking about Sega Genesis is old, but like when I'm thinking about the 80s, it's like a lot of people that may even be watching this may not even remember what Mega Man music sound like. That Contra, that Contra open world thing. That shit was wired up. But yeah, I could legit make playlists of video game music because
I've
yeah,
been
this shit.
trying to make a playlist, but a lot of the songs I look for aren't on Spotify.
Well, a YouTube playlist actually, because like you because of to what you're saying, you definitely can. It makes me consider getting the is it YouTube Red or YouTube Music?
I think they're separate.
Both. Well, yeah, because you can pay for the get the commercials out of there, so I guess you could run it like a streaming,
Hmm.
so that may be something to look into.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you don't have any more, do you?
Mm-mm.
You know,
Not off
yeah,
the top of my head.
yeah. I really like the Last of Us thing, but see, coming full circle to the AAA titles, they'll have one song. Like I love the Last of Us theme, but like the music in game is, I'm not gonna say it's forgettable, but it just kind of fits a movie musical score. But
Hmm.
the opening theme is good, kind of like Horizon, the opening theme.
Hmm.
Um, oh, speaking to Grand Theft Autos, that opening theme for Grand Theft Auto 3 with that piano. Dun, 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 dun. Like that's just so soothing and relaxing and shit. But yeah, like I think the musical game is music prime. It's probably from the mid '80s to probably up to 2000.
Like mid 2000s.
Yeah, maybe mid 2000. Say about yeah, probably say like 80, a good 20 years of 85 to um 2005.
Hmm.
And then after that, not to say that there weren't great musical scores, but it's like they started seeming like they focused more on, I guess, storylines, the big budget backdrops, and they put more effort into like the visuals and stuff like that, as opposed to kind of making the whole thing be a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so shout out to the indie devs for keeping gaming, for trying to keep gaming music alive.
Yeah,
We,
bringing it back to its roots.
yeah, say we see you, we appreciate what you're doing, and we also appreciate you fighting the big heads where it's like this is the game that we want to make, as opposed to, because I know some of these people that are working and they're probably making games that they don't really want to work on. But being able to stand in there and fight that fight and say, you know what, it might take me longer, but this is 100% the vision that I want to put out there. So shout out to the indie game developers.
Yes, and appreciate you for letting us use your music in our videos.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this episode.
All right. If you guys have any titles that we need to go and listen to while we're cleaning, let us know down in the comments.
Oh yeah, tell us what you clean to. Tell us what you, if even if you take it as far as listening to it in the car, because I do that sometimes too. I'm listening. It's like this is my drive to work, and it's like, yeah, we got
Yeah.
accent birds on.
Yeah.
So, but all right then,
All
two
right.
weeks,
2 weeks.
two peace.
Bye.